Hi, the SI meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Wednesday, January 18th. Quite an active weather pattern now setting up for the next few days. We had a very strong cold front whip through the mid-Atlantic region last night. It ended our one-day warm-up with some 40 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts overnight. Winds will continue to be gusty this morning with wind gusts of 30 miles per hour or higher, but they'll start to settle down this afternoon, and by tonight winds will be almost non-existent, and that'll be setting us up for a very cold night with clear skies and almost calm conditions. Temperatures could very well plunge to near 20 degrees by tomorrow morning. Let's take a look at the latest surface map. That cold front now is near the east coast, and it's moving east away from the region, but there still will be some strong wind gusts over the next several hours out of the northwest, 30 miles per hour or higher. However, by the time the afternoon rolls around, this high pressure will start to edge in, and winds will relax this afternoon and be virtually calm tonight as temperatures plunge to near 20 degrees. Meanwhile, there's another frontal system way out here in the northwest, and the northwest continues to get pounded with snow, especially the westward facing slopes of the Cascades in Washington and Oregon, where the snow over the next few days will be measured in feet, perhaps 10 to 15 feet over the next few days in the Washington and Oregon Cascade Mountains. Well, we showed this temperature change map from the Penn State EWOL site yesterday morning. Might as well show it again because it really shows the movement of the cold air towards the east coast. Of course, yesterday morning we had quite a bit of positives here, positive 20 or 25 degrees, because it was that much warmer yesterday morning compared to the previous morning. But now we have almost virtually the entire eastern half of the country is showing a much more significant drop in temperatures from this morning compared to yesterday morning. In fact, out here in the middle part of the Midwest, we have some 30-degree temperature changes from this morning to yesterday morning, and that colder air is now advancing east into the mid-Atlantic region, of course, and temperatures will hold primarily steady today or slowly drop through the 30s in the mid-Atlantic region. Colder and colder air will be moving in on those strong northwest winds as the day rolls on. So high temperatures have already been reached in most parts of the mid-Atlantic region, and again, temperatures primarily in the 30s this afternoon and getting ready to plummet tonight way down into the low 20s, perhaps 20 or even slightly lower in parts of the mid-Atlantic region. Well, let's walk through the GFS forecast maps for the next few days. We'll look at tonight, tomorrow night, and Friday night, and then kind of focus in on the Saturday event. First of all, by tonight, that high pressure over the middle part of the country has moved east. The pressure gradient has relaxed tremendously here in the mid-Atlantic region right here, and we're setting up for basically clear skies and calm conditions tonight. That will allow for quite a rapid drop in temperatures after sunset, and again, many areas will bottom out to, near 20 degrees by tomorrow morning. Meanwhile, upstream, there's this Clipper system dropping southeast from central Canada and a cold front associated with it. We'll see in a moment that'll ride on to the north, but it could give us a little bit of snow tomorrow night. Here's tomorrow night's GFS map, and here's that Clipper system that drops from central Canada across the Great Lakes and is headed into the eastern part of Canada. It will extend a frontal system down across the mid-Atlantic region, and there can be some snow showers anytime from late afternoon throughout the evening hours tomorrow night, and even some small accumulations, light accumulations are possible, especially from Pennsylvania-Maryland border on north and east. Just light accumulations. This is limited moisture. However, what falls will most likely be entirely in the form of snow, as it'll be quite a cold air mass here. Here's the forecast map for Friday night, and this is quite an interesting scenario setting up here. First of all, we have high pressure sitting right over the northeastern part of the country. That is actually a crucial player in this weekend event coming up, because there'll be high pressure anchoring cold air in place behind this frontal system that comes through Thursday night. And that plays a key role because that cold air will be stubborn to retreat on Saturday as moisture moves into the northeast, both from a low over the southern plains as well as a batch of moisture here in the Midwest. So it'll kind of be a double-barreled system moving in, which complicates the matter somewhat for Saturday. But the key is that we'll have a cold, high-pressure system in place on Friday night, and that'll play an important role in what happens on Saturday. Let's now jump ahead to Saturday morning. And here we are Saturday morning. By this time, the high pressure is moving slightly to the east, but still kind of anchored along the northeast coast, and the cold air is still in place for most of the mid-Atlantic region here. Look at this blue line as a rain-snow line here, and meanwhile lots of moisture are now just on the doorstep here early Saturday morning, and it's very likely that it could break out as snow or sleet in the Washington, D.C. area and Philadelphia area early in the morning, and then just a short time later in the New York City area. And from Pennsylvania-Maryland border on north especially, there is the likelihood of some accumulation at the onset when it begins as snow and ultimately changes over to sleet. And because of this cold, high-pressure system, freezing rain is a possibility in parts of the Mid-Atlantic region as well, because that cold air will be stubborn to leave it, especially in places like south-central Pennsylvania. So we'll have to monitor the possibility of that as well. Now let's jump ahead to Saturday evening. Here's the Saturday evening GFS map, and again, it's kind of a double-barrel system now. Second one is here in the southeastern states, and the first one has moved on off the New England coast by this time. Now, enough warmer air is likely to come in the big cities to cause a changeover to rain. It'll be a close call, especially in the New York City region, just north of the New York City region, let's say in the lower Hudson Valley, all the way westward to, let's say, State College and points north and east. It'll probably stay entirely as snow on Saturday. But there is a chance, even with the changeover, some accumulation, especially from Philadelphia up north and east across New York City, as the morning hours present some snow and then some sleet and ultimately rain. So it looks like it will be a wintry mix on Saturday. This storm has quite a bit more moisture than the Clipper coming Thursday night, which would be all snow but only limited in moisture. So we'll monitor this over the next couple of days. For the SIWeather.com, I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian.